Okay, I move to return from executive session.
Second. Yes.
Mr. Girth?
Yes.
Mrs. Lawson?
Yes. Okay, good evening. If you could all rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you and welcome and good evening. So we will start off this evening. We have a couple of presentations and recognitions, starting with our beautification awards. With Mr. Drury. Hi.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Well, so tonight I have the honor of presenting the Anderson Township Beautification Awards. Let me get the presentation up here. So this award program has been a long-standing program. It started with our beautification committee, went through our We Thrive committee, and now is housed under our Anderson Township Implementation Committee. The categories that the program is announced through our social media accounts, our website, and through other media outlets. The township takes nominations. This year we had a different platform online for nominations, which was very successful. We received many more nominations this year than we have in the past. There were 3 categories this year. 2 carried over from last year was outstanding residential and outstanding commercial, and then we had a new category this year, which was outstanding native plantings. And this was on the heels of our first native planting initiative, and we had our kickoff event earlier this year. Well, actually, it was just a couple weeks ago, it feels like. But that was one of our categories this year. So we'll start with the first winner in our township. Our township implementation committee, they reviewed the nominations and they voted on, recommended the winners. So our first is an outstanding residential property. This is at 7308 Ticonderoga. This was the front and the side. It's a corner. I don't think these property owners are here. They replied and they were very grateful for the award, but they had some other commitment for tonight, so they weren't able to attend.
It's very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
The second is the outstanding commercial. Oh, and I messed that up. It's not Family Motor Native Roots. It's just Native Roots. That's all me. So sorry about that. You see who the winner was last year's Family Motor Coach. But this year's Native Roots. And I believe someone is here from
Yes.
Native Roots to accept the award.
Oh, there she is.
Yay.
I don't know if you want to say anything about all the work.
Yay.
And then our new category this year is Outstanding Native Plantings, and Scott and Michelle Berline. They live at 2731 Newtown Road.
Nice.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you.
So again, these are all outstanding examples of the many beautiful properties we have in the township. These in particular deserve award and show it as an example of what can be done throughout the township. So thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank
Very
Thanks,
nice.
I just want to acknowledge that both Mr. Berline and Native Roots, when we had our Native Plant of the Year kickoff downstairs a few Saturdays ago, they were Native Roots brought half of their plants here. It looked fabulous.
It was stunning.
Really. And then Mr. Berline also spoke, and it's like we're really encouraging people to plant native, and thank you so much for helping with that, both of
Yeah.
you, because it was really well done. Thank you.
Thank you. Well said, Dee. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so we have another recognition this evening. Are you coming up? And this is recognition of our beloved Suzanne Klingman, our green space inspector who wears many hats. And so I'll turn it over. Oh, good, yeah.
Yeah, this evening, we'd like to congratulate Suzanne on all of her time here, last 24 years here as our green space inspector. And I just want to touch on a few of the things that she's gotten into, the projects that she's been involved in. And Basically, when Suzanne started here in 2001, we had 53 green space properties. Since then, we've acquired 18 more new properties with 262 acres. And now, the day that she's getting ready to retire, we now have 24 years later, we have 72 total properties at 780 acres. I can only imagine how many miles you've walked, mapping, taking care of all this property, meeting all these different people that the properties abut to all of this. So I'm sure that's been a lot of miles logged under your belt for that. But back in 2010, Suzanne began doing street tree evaluations. So from 2010 to today, Suzanne basically has put an X. This sounds crazy, but on over 900 hazardous tree species or different problems with trees that we've had to remove from the right-of-way or anywhere around the outside of the green space properties that we're getting ready to fall outside the green space or fall on something within that. That is just an astronomical number of trees that we've had to take out over the years. So that's 64 trees a year for the last 14 years.
Wow.
These were either contracted out to be removed because our public works couldn't remove them, they were too big, or the rest of them were taken out by our department. And also in 2009, she also was the township started a tree planting program, and she was very involved in that. This is just a scratch on the surface of everything that she's been involved in here, and there's too many things to bring up. We could go on forever with this, but we just really want to thank her for her service and her time and wish her the best in her retirement.
Yes. I have a couple things to say too.
There's not a lot I want to say, but it has been a pleasure working here at Anderson Township. And I think all of you realize the unique situation you have with green space and just the fact that, I mean, at this point, any township can have green space, but the fact that it started here, that Fred Keel's words made that legislation, and that those properties have just grown and grown, and they really get more valuable all the time. The longer they're there, the more valuable they get. So it's a great asset for the people, and I'm sure you guys will continue to support that. So, but it's been great working with all of you and all the folks in the past. I can't imagine what it'd have been like if Fred and Ron hadn't taken the wheel in the beginning, and especially Fred with all he did. So anyway, but thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Suzanne, I want to just say a couple words, and I have notes because I can. I got the gift of gab. I'll ramble. So just a couple things here. So Anderson Township is Ohio's first green space township, as was mentioned. And so yes, this community has protected over 780 acres of property that by law will remain in its natural state, and you have played such a big role as our green space inspector, coach, and leader for this township. We're a tree city, and so you have been amazing with the tree committee and all that they do with our tree planting program. You've supported them and helped lead the way with that. We have an arboretum at the Heritage Center with new signage, by the way, that you helped with. You were instrumental with that. And so I've sat with you on all these committees since I was elected in 2021. You've protected, you've planted, you've advocated and preserved. You're a natural educator. I love watching you with the second graders when they come. You do a fantastic job with their interesting questions, some on topic, some are not, but you do great with that. So we will miss you tremendously. You leave large shoes to fill, but we are so happy for you on your well-deserved retirement. Congratulations, and we thank you so much for all the dedication and love that you have shown this township. Your legacy will live on through many trees and through our hearts, so thank you so much. Okay. Okay, so now we will move into public forum. Individuals who wish to address the board should state their name and address for the record, make their points as clearly and concisely as possible, and limit their comments to a maximum of 3 minutes, which may not be shared with or yielded to others. All comments shall be directed to the Board of Township Trustees. Thank you in advance for your comments. Yes, you can come up and just state your name and address for the record.
Ann Zimmerman, 800 Markley Road. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you and to all those in attendance tonight or listening virtually. I am here today to talk about the importance of our parks as part of our township and to ask for support in passing the upcoming operational replacement levy in November. I know that none of you, as our township trustees or township staff, can support the park levy in your official capacity or use any township resources to show your support, and I'm not asking you to do that. While you are not able to publicly endorse the 2003 park capital levy either, your presence at recent park opening ceremonies was a great show of support. Likewise, I am asking each of you in your personal capacity as residents to publicly show your support for the levy. This can include social media posts on your own pages, which are not official pages, op-eds, or speaking out on your own. Because of your positions in the township, your comments have a wide reach and can make a difference. I am asking you to use your influence to help pass this levy. As we all know, our community has many moving parts, all of which come together to make this a great place to live. These parts include our great schools, our township government, our businesses, our residents, and our amazing parks. We are all better off when all of the pieces of our community support each other in any way possible. We've seen this in the private-public partnerships at both the Brenneman Field and Kellogg pickleball courts, which were only made possible by the combination of the capital levy and support from local businesses and community groups. None of the money from the 2023 capital levy can be used to operate the parks. To operate, maintain the fields, pay staff, and run programs, the Park District relies on the operating levies that have been in place for decades. Unlike many other levies in Ohio, park levies actually expire after 10 years. If this ballot issue does not pass, the parks will lose their main source of revenue next year. They will no longer have the funds to maintain our parks and operate as a district as they do now. For more information, please go to www.preserveandersonparks.org. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you and to your audience tonight. I hope to see you all speaking out on your own time soon in support of the upcoming park levy.
Thank you. Thank you for your comments.
Jennifer Capel, Clubfish Drive. I'd like to start tonight with 2 public Facebook posts from our trustees, Lexi and Josh, from just a few days ago. Lexi said, happy 90th birthday, Mr. Pappas, #blessed. Josh said, happy birthday from Anderson Township. I want everyone in this room to understand that our 2 trustees had to scroll past 6 separate posts about me on Andrew Pappas's public Facebook page, where he called me a fat whore, along with other vile words, to wish a happy birthday to a 90-year-old man who has never lived in this township and whose son verbally assaults women and children in this community regularly. The audacity of you, Josh Girth, to speak for the entire township on such a vile page. Lexi, you even gave a heart emoji to a post that called a large group of your constituents fat, liberal Anderson bitches. Tonight, I will share victim statements from your constituents who have been harassed by Josh Girth, Andrew Pappas, and their friends. I want to share my son's experience first. For the past 3 years, Andrew Pappas has harassed my minor son on his public Facebook page. This harassment began when my son was a freshman at Turpin High School. Andrew has spread false information, made up stories, and invaded his privacy at that school, which led my son to switch schools to protect his privacy. Furthermore, Andrew and his supporters expressed joy when they posted about a car accident in which my son was a passenger. My son isn't even the youngest victim of Andrew Pappas. He has targeted a 9-year-old child, and I will read her statement next month. Don't you think it's concerning that a grown man without children attacks minors on his public Facebook page, and yet our trustees engage with him consistently? You have normalized this behavior, and so this is why it continues. Victim number 2, Leslie, said that Andrew Pappas and his followers did not appreciate how I voted as an elected school board member, leading them to make rape jokes about me. A local man left an explicit voicemail at my workplace, and Todd Mayer emailed me saying he would catch me outside. Josh, I believe you and Todd Mayer worked together, don't you? Victim number 3, Lisa, said that Andrew Pappas made multiple Facebook posts accusing her of being an anonymous Twitter account. During that time, Andrew's friends doxed her home address and her children's school, declaring that justice needed to be served. Victim number 4, Abby, recounted her experience attending the last Anderson Township open house, where she asked a public question. The next morning, she woke up to screenshots from friends showing that Josh Girth and his associates were mocking her for inquiring about trees in her neighborhood. The 2 trustees that are running are more focused on raising their voices, blaming and shaming the victims, or portraying themselves as victims in public roles, instead of addressing the disgraceful behavior of a man who's an honorable speaker at their fundraiser
Your
on
time has
Monday.
ended.
I suggest everybody check out Andrew
time
Pappas's
has
page
ended.
tonight.
Okay, anyone else for public comment? Okay, great. Come on up, Mr. Halpin.
I'm John Halpin, 1167 Thornwood Circle, and I sit on the tree committee and been on it for quite a while. And Suzanne has been a major contributor to the benefits that we derive through the tree committee and through her work with regard to the growth of trees within our community. And I just wanted to thank her and wish her well.
Well said. Thank you. Nice.
I'm Katie Buckman. I'm 6900 5 Mile Road. I feel like a lot of what you all do is quite thankless, so tonight I'm here to give a big thanks to our township trustees specifically, Honorable Lawston, Honorable Stone, and Honorable Girth for their unwavering commitment to prioritizing the safety of our families in this community. Your leadership in advancing public safety initiatives, supporting our police and first responders, and fostering a secure environment for our families reflects profoundly on your dedication and the trust that we have placed in you as Anderson Township trustees. By making safety a top priority, you have safeguarded our neighborhoods and strengthened the foundation upon which continued growth and vitality of Anderson Township depends. We are grateful for your stewardship and financial responsibility, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Honorable Johnson when it comes to serving us all and growing Anderson Township while maintaining safe communities and welcoming us all. I also wanted to recognize our great police and fire department. We are grateful for you all and the difficult work you do day in and day out to keep us safe. Thank you. Lastly, I wanted to mention the continued success of the 4th of July parade. Without the staff, especially Steve Severs, his tireless efforts and the excellent attention to detail the day of the event, it is a well-run, joyful, memorable parade for our community. It sets us apart, and we are grateful for all the work and timeless effort that you all put into it. Thank you for making our 4th of July so special. Thank you, each one of you, for all the work that you do for us each day to make our community better. I realize there's a lot of negativity as it comes to these roles and pressure on each one of you, but we are very grateful for what you do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Rodney Thiemann, 6091 Crittenden Drive. But I also wanted to come here and take a moment to thank you all for a tough job, a thankless job, but for being good stewards for the money, increasing the tax base, while reducing the size of the additional levies. And some additional examples are that where you re-upped with the Sheriff's Department with what I thought was a minimal 5% increase. That's very impressive. The electricity aggregation, that's another way that can help us. Electricity prices have gone crazy, partially because of the green craziness out there, but what are people concerned about? Safe streets and reasonable bills that are not increasing every year. So I think that is wonderful. And I also appreciate, Honorable Lofton, you recognize a lot of Anderson Township residents have been aging. The emergency runs to those places have been increasing, how that affects our costs, and long-term from a planning perspective, I think that's very important as well. And the young lady that spoke before me talked about safe neighborhoods. We see what's happened down in Cincinnati. I appreciate having a focus here on safety, as well as the flock cameras, I believe were referenced in your last amendment, where I think 23 or 24 stolen cars were picked up using those cameras, and that is very important. Safe streets, reasonable pricing, just the blocking and tackling, nothing exotic. I appreciate the hard work all of y'all do. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, come on up, Kevin.
Kevin Mishak, 8433 Holiday Hills Drive. I actually like to speak in support of the staff, specifically Vicki Earhart, Steve, and the other guy. Over the last 10 years since I moved to this district, you guys have done an incredibly awesome job planning with your efforts in sidewalks and spending the money wisely, all right, and in conjunction with this board, all right? And the cooperation and the leadership, I really, truly appreciate that. Unfortunately, I haven't seen that out of the Park District. All right, over the last few years, there's been some missteps that this community is now being asked to pay for. I referenced the recent acquisition of a plot of land, 20 acres on Beach Acres, 20 acres on Beach, next to Beach Acres on Beachmont. That was valued at $3.5 million. But the Park District felt the need to spend $6.3 million. That's quite unfortunate, because that means we as taxpayers are on the hook for that loan, all right? We have to pay for that mistake, all right? We approved, we're very appreciative of all the efforts that the Park District has done for this community, particularly by valuing them so much that we passed the $25 million levy. Capital improvements. My concern becomes, as we additionally ask for this next levy, what other missteps can we expect? I can't expect the level of management the township has shown with our finances when they don't come to us, but I have seen the missteps and the mistakes made by the Park District, its board, and its management. And I do not recommend passing another levy. I would prefer to see that Park District moved under the township management, which is much more efficiently and operationally functional. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, any further comments? Okay, well then I will close the public forum and I will move over to trustee comments. Start with you, Ms. Stone.
Okay. Well, I actually do have a lot to say tonight.
Oh, good.
So I wrote my comments down, just to make sure I say them. As you probably most of you know, I rarely post on Facebook. I share some township posts occasionally or share events that are happening in the community. I don't join the fray when it comes to local issues, but yesterday I saw a post that called into question a decision I made along with my other two trustees at the time, and I decided to respond with the facts and why that decision was made. That's what I want to address tonight. The post in question had to do with the Vantage apartments that are right behind this building, the new big development we all see right out the back here. The author was questioning our 75% tax abatement and contribution of land to the developer. The author claimed that because of the 75% abatement, and quote, it was up to the rest of us, the taxpayers, to deal with the burden to make up the difference. In my opinion, this statement is incorrect. As many of you will recall, the Vantage development sits on the old underutilized Metro Park and Ride, or the Anderson Center Station, as it was called at the time, and a vacant lot that generated zero tax revenue and cost the township money to maintain. In April of 2018, the township issued a request for proposal for redevelopment of the site in order to turn tax-exempt property into tax-generating property while keeping the park and ride and the much-needed overflow parking for the building we're sitting in now. 4 proposals were received for a variety of uses, but all pressed the need for a tax abatement due to the cost of development. Look at that site. It's a huge hill up there. Cost of development and maintaining public parking on the site. The Hills proposal was selected and a public open house was held in September of 2018 where positive feedback was received for the community. Anderson Township began negotiations with the developer and entered into a development agreement. Part of that agreement included a 15-year, 75% tax abatement. Let me stress once again, all the proposals we received asked for a tax abatement. We selected Hills after visiting one of their apartments in Blue Ash, upscale apartments with lots of amenities. Why apartments? This goes back to 2008, well before my time or that of Mr. Girth, when there was a push for more restaurants, shops, and entertainment. Consultant studies showed that we did not have enough households to support such economic development. The decision was made that we needed more household and more varied housing types, including apartments. Apartments would attract young people, could then be turned into homeowners, as well as keeping older folks in the community as they are ready to downsize. With that in mind, our comprehensive plan from 2011 and the update from 2016 included apartments and the desire to continue to invest in the center of the community, or the Downtown Anderson plan, as we like to call it. So after years of planning, collaboration, and construction, Vantage is now open. A development provides the critical piece to the Downtown Anderson plan: people. 224 new high-income households that will want to eat and shop in our community, thus strengthening current Anderson Township Center businesses and attracting new shops and restaurants. Everything that was asked for back in 2008. In addition to amenity-rich apartments, Vantage includes a parking garage that encompasses the brand-new Metro Park and Ride that replaces the old Anderson Center station, all paid for with private funds, greatly reducing the township's ongoing maintenance responsibility. The garage also allows for overflow parking for the Anderson Center, all part of the original request for proposal. We got what we wanted, and the tax abatement was part of the deal. Again, development deals of this magnitude are very expensive, time-consuming, and without some kind of incentive would never happen. Even with the abatement, it's estimated that Vantage will bring in $300,000 in annual revenue. That's in a year for the first 15 years. After that, it'll be the full amount, which we don't know what that is. It depends on the valuation, but it'll be much greater than $300,000 a year. In fact, the development has already generated $560,000 in tax payments over the past 3 years. Some of this, some 320,000 of this went to the school district. So we took land generating zero tax revenue and turned it into a property tax generator, which will in turn help pay for things like roads, public safety, and schools, saving us from having to constantly ask the public for more money in the form of tax levies. I want to thank our hardworking and dedicated staff for making this project happen, particularly our Assistant Administrator, Steve Severs. He and our planning and zoning staff have worked hundreds, maybe thousands of hours on making this development happen. I stand by my decision to allow the tax abatement and am proud of the Vantage development. Finally, back to the Facebook post in question, any suggestion that Mr. Girth or I got any kind of a kickback on this project is utter nonsense. That's all I have to say.
Very well said. Thank you, Dee. I appreciate that. Mr. Girth.
Next.
Yeah. Any comments?
Dee, I appreciate your comments. And it's nice to see my wife in the audience tonight. That's all I have.
Okay. Well said. Dee, I really appreciate your comments about Vantage. So well said. You hit all the boxes about, projects and things like this. When there's a community that has, that values planning so much, projects and plans that come to fruition involve so many key contributors, including the community. There's open houses. And plans are being worked on well before some of our tenure in an office. So I appreciate that. And just to add on that those improvements could be towards to Beachmont Avenue, 5 Mile Road, State Road, Wolfangle, and Town Center Way. This is really good for our community, so I appreciate that. I also wanted to talk just a little bit about the flock cameras. So there was an article in Insights, which I thought was really well done, and there was a Facebook post, and so there were a lot of questions. So I did just want to, and I know it was mentioned, which I appreciate. I did just want to clarify some things, and these are also in the article and on our website. The flock data is encrypted, and so there is very limited access to law enforcement. It doesn't connect to give personal identifying information to law enforcement officers. And every time they're going in a search or pulling flock data, they have to have a legitimate criminal justice purpose, and these searches can be audited. The data isn't stored forever. It's not given to us. It's in compliance with very strict state and federal regulations, and they're only available for 30 days. And so I appreciate this mention, but yes, so we have a couple dozen of stolen vehicles that have been recovered, and so this is in tandem with good police work. So I'll put that out there first. But we've had actual individuals with outstanding warrants, such as a convicted sex offender that's been found using the flock cameras. And we know how difficult it is to recover stolen vehicles. So multiple vehicles recovered, these are good things. So this is the purpose of these. It's to be able to do better investigations. It's to assist police work. And I just wanted to kind of clarify that. There's more in the Insight article. I also just really wanted to thank everybody that gave a public comment today, as well as about Ms. Klingman and her retirement, but about our community. I really appreciate that. Public comments, individuals are addressing the board, but they can give a comment on anything. Their personal opinions, recognizing the staff, which I also really appreciate. And sometimes they're about business at hand for Anderson Township, and sometimes they are not. What's challenging is during political season, things can get heated, things can get ugly. And I think as elected officials, we hear a lot of feedback about what's being said on social media, and often asking us to get involved with that or to police that or to address this. And I'll just be very transparent. It's a personal challenge for me, especially when I notice that some of those very specific voices that are very concerned about meanness, about unkindness in the online space, there is a sentiment that if it's about one of us that you don't agree with, that it's okay. I know there's a lot of talk about children are off limits. I have had so many emails from some individuals that I've had to move them to another folder so that I could see my emails about Anderson Township business. And sometimes I've engaged. Those same people will bring up my children. This is the atmosphere that sometimes a politicization of the trustee role can bring about, and it's unfortunate. I've had things mailed to my home as well. These are uncomfortable parts of it. This is something that comes with the job. Why you will not see us sometimes addressing very specific instances this way is because we have engaged and it can be unproductive. And so what it does is it distracts us from the true business at hand. So if you look at our agenda, if you're not planning on staying for the full meeting, I get it. But if you look at the agenda, you'll see just a little tidbit of some of the real work that we are doing. And these are things that benefit our community at large. So this is what we choose to focus on. And so we will get back to it, I guess.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so up next we have our fiscal officer, Brian Johnson.
Thank you. Last week, our new accounting software vendor provided three 1-hour training sessions for the whole staff to ask questions and
see it demonstrated, and so we have within like 2 weeks is our go live date. So maybe next month you'll see some new reports from the new systems. We'll try some reports out, see which ones you like. If you look at the financial reports in the packet, we have July, and on the revenue side, it was a big real estate tax advance month, so it was 96% of what we collected. So basically, it was real estate taxes and some interest. On the expenditure side, we're about 2.2% higher than last year as of this month, but we're only 36% of what we've budgeted, what we've appropriated. So, and July was a pretty average month after the previous month paying the TIF payments to the school. We've leveled back off for July.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I do have 2 sets of minutes for your approval at item B.
Oh, Brian, I just had a question. Did you have any response from like staff about the new software, like while they were doing the training?
Yeah, there were several questions. To purchase order, payment requisition, those kinds of things, and also it looks completely different. So,
Okay.
But we're trying to field the questions early and see what the potential problems might be or the hiccups, so the transition. So we're trying to get those early so we can avoid after the live date. But seems like everything's going okay so far.
So the
Okay.
reports will look so much nicer than we currently do.
I think that
Okay.
yeah.
Good.
they'll-
We're excited.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, I move to approve the minutes for June 26, 2025 and August 13, 2025.
Second.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Mr. Garth?
Yes.
Mrs. Lawson?
Yes.
I mean, as exciting as financial reports can be, they will be better.
Just be so much prettier, I think.
Yes, easy for us to
Yeah,
read.
easier to read. That's what we're going for.
And item C, that's not in your PDF packet, that's a late addition. We have 2 then and nows for payments to John R. Jurgensen.
Is that-
Those are the paper copies.
I move
It's this one right here.
Oh, okay. You got it.
to adopt a resolution authorizing payments.
Second.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Mr. Girth?
Yes.
Mrs. Lawson?
Yes.
Thank
That's
you.
all I have.
Thank you. Okay, now moving over to our law director, Margaret Comey.
Good evening.
Good evening.
In your packet is a resolution that relates to a new national opioid settlement, which has been entered into with Purdue Pharma. We refer to it as the Purdue Direct Settlement. And this resolution on your part would authorize our participation in that settlement. And just really quickly, the reason that we deal with these at all is that as producers, distributors, dispensaries, pharmacies enter into these settlement agreements on a national level, the proceeds of the settlement are distributed state by state, and Ohio has entered into a memorandum to receive these settlement awards for Ohio, and then they redistribute those proceeds through the counties and down to the local government level, where a percentage of those proceeds are to be used to ameliorate or help remedy and educate the public about the use of opioids. So that's why we are involved at all. And what this resolution does is you've done this a number of times as Kroger and various people have entered into settlements, and this is just yet another settlement from Purdue, in this case, Purdue Pharma. It is a home rule resolution, so if you would, we need two motions here, one to dispense with the reading on 3 different occasions, 3 different meetings, and then the other dealing with passage of the resolution itself. Happy to answer any questions.
We have the one resolution, but
Yes, you do, but there are 2 motions. The first one moved to the following resolution, the rule, and then the second one is introducing the actual larger resolution.
The first one's procedural because it is a home rule resolution.
So is the first one 7A? Is that what we're looking at?
Yes, right under the 3 names of the trustees.
Oh,
you'll
oh,
see
oh,
there's
oh,
a
gotcha.
motion, a procedural motion, and then after
okay.
that is the actual
I
resolution
gotcha, okay.
itself.
So the first one, I move that the following resolution, the rule requiring that it be read on 2 separate days, be dispensed with.
second.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Mr. Girth?
Yes.
Mrs. Lawson?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Josh, you can read the next one.
Then I move to adopt a limited home rule resolution reaffirming acceptance of the material terms of the One Ohio subdivision settlement pursuant to the One Ohio Memorandum of Understanding consistent with the terms of the July 21st, 2021 National Opioid Settlement Agreement authorizing participation in the proposed new National Opioid Settlement and the execution of a participation form with respect to the Purdue Direct Settlement consistent with the terms of the July 21st, 2021 National Opioid Settlement Agreement and declaring an emergency.
Second.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Mr. Girth?
Yes.
Mrs. Lawson?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving over to finance. We have Tammy Disk.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The board is being asked to consider a motion authorizing budget amendments. These adjustments are primarily necessary due to our upcoming accounting system conversion, the establishment of 3 new subdepartments, and the separation of finance and trustees from administration. To align with allowable direct charges, we will begin using the salary, OPERS, and Medicare account lines for the remainder of the year. The other newly created expense lines will be incorporated into the 2026 budget. There is a reduction in the general fund expenditures with slight increases in the road and bridge, police, and planning and zoning funds. Overall, the total budget remains unchanged. I'd be happy to answer any questions if you have any.
Thank you.
I move to authorize the acceptance of the budget amendments as presented by Finance Director Tammy Disk.
Second.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Mr. Girth?
Yes.
Mrs. Lawson?
Yes.
Great. Okay, now we got the assessments. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Do you want me to do the first one? Let's see here.
Are you going to talk about them first, the assessments? Or,
I can if you want me to.
no, that's,
It's okay.
we don't really need to. Are we?
I move to adopt a resolution awarding contract and confirming assessment for Sanctuary of Ivy Hills Phase 1 Lighting District pursuant to revised code sections 9.30, 515.08, 515.081, and 515.11.
Second.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Mr. Girth?
Yes.
Mrs. Lawson?
Yes.
I move to adopt a resolution awarding contract confirming assessments for St. James Park Lighting District pursuant to revised code sections 9.30, 515.08, 515.081, and 515.11.
Second.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Mr. Girth?
Yes.
Mrs. Lawson?
Yes.
And 8D, right? I moved to adopt a resolution awarding contract and confirming assessments for Winds of Anderson Phase 1 Lighting District pursuant to revised code section 9.30, 515.08, 515.081, and 515.11.
Second.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Mr. Girth?
Yes.
Mrs. Lawson?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Up next, planning and zoning. Welcome back, Mr. Drury.
Thank you. We just have one item under our department. There's a resolution for your consideration certifying written report of action of this board and unpaid expenses in connection to nuisance abatement. And this was at 6664 Foster Avenue. It was for mowing uncut grass.
I move to adopt a resolution certifying written report of action of this board and unpaid expenses in connection therewith under sections 505.87 of the revised code to Hamilton County Auditor for collection.
Second.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Mr. Girth?
Yes.
Mrs. Loston?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Fire and rescue. Mr. Hurlinger, hello.
Good evening. Chief Martin couldn't be with us this evening. The fire department only has one item this evening. Before you is a resolution for request for authorization to purchase a new gasoline-powered pickup truck. The reason for this is it will be utilized as a support vehicle. It's going to replace a current support vehicle that's 21 years old and diesel-powered. It has multiple mechanical issues. This is an approved item within the fire department budget, and the request has been reviewed and supported by the Township Vehicle Committee.
Okay. Thank you. I move to adopt a resolution authorizing the purchase of equipment pursuant to Section 505.101 of the Ohio Revised Code.
Second.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Mr. Girth?
Yes.
Mrs. Loston?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hamilton County Sheriff's Office, District 5, Lieutenant Downing.
Wow.
The only thing I'm presenting is the new liquor license request for 7400 Beachmont Avenue to be doing business as Applebee's.
So Applebee's is coming back?
There's a rumor.
Apparently, if they're asking for a liquor license. Boy, that's big news.
The most
That
exciting
is
thing
big
that's happened tonight
news
at
in
this meeting.
Anderson Township. Okay.
That's great.
I move not to object to a new liquor license request for Applebee's Restaurant Mid-Atlantic doing business 7400 Beachmont Avenue, located at 7400 Beachmont Avenue.
Second.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Mr. Girth?
Yes.
Mrs.
So-
Loston?
Yes.
Is that the same location?
No, it'll be where the IHOP is.
Okay.
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 New location for Applebee's.
It-
It'll be,
it is-
be down the street a little bit.
Okay.
It is a new concept where IHOP and Applebee's, who are owned by the same business, that they will operate in the same building. So it's like IHOP during the morning, Applebee's in the afternoon. So
Okay.
Or Applebee's at night.
or yes. Yes, we've been
Okay.
singing the fancy
Big
like song in
news.
our heads for a week.
You're all the first to know, hot off the presses. Yay. That was worth coming for tonight.
See? Okay, great. Thank you. That was exciting bit of information here.
It's not chicken.
Yeah, it's not chicken. It's not chicken.
Bigger basket, though.
Public Works.
That'll be the hottest thing on Facebook tomorrow.
Stop.
You hope. Second.
Mr.
Kind of hard to follow that. We've got a few things tonight. First, we have the acceptance of Clough Chase. The Hamilton County Engineers Office has asked the Board of Anderson Township Trustees to accept for maintenance responsibilities the future public road Clough Chase. The Engineers Office has received a maintenance surety and maintenance contract from the developer and owner. The Board of County Commissioners has accepted the bond, which is good for a year. A review by the Township Public Works Department was conducted, and staff supports the acceptance of the street as a public road. And I'm recommending tonight that the board support the Hamilton County Engineers' acceptance of Clough Chase Drive, which is 450 feet, 0.54 linear feet, equivalent to 0.08 miles, and this will bring the total township road miles to 122.132 miles, which is the most of any township in Hamilton County. And that's before you this evening for Clough Chase maintenance.
Thank you. I move to support the Hamilton County Engineers' acceptance of Clough Chase Drive as a township roadway.
Second.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Mr. Girth?
Yes.
Mrs. Loston?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have our 2025-2026 salt bid awards. As the board is aware, the past several years, Anderson Townships have been purchasing road salt through the Hamilton County purchasing contract. But the last couple of years, we have gone through, Anderson Township has gained a bidding advantage buying road salt by using an economy of scale method to purchase larger amounts through the city of Cincinnati. This year, Through the collaborative efforts of the City of Cincinnati and partnering jurisdictions, a bid was received from Morton Salt Incorporated at a rate of $86.70 per ton. And as a comparison, last year we paid Morton Salt Incorporated $82.10 a ton, which is still fairly close. And in a normal year, we budget and purchase about 2,500 tons of road salt to get through the winter. So as we head into 2025-26 winter season, I would recommend we continue to utilize the procurement process and recommend we award Morton Salt, who has the lowest and best bidding price of $86.70 per ton for this contract.
I move to authorize the Township Administrator to enter into a contract with Morton Salt, Inc. for the purchase of road de-icing salt under the City of Cincinnati contract for the 2025-26 winter season at a rate of $86.70 per ton delivered.
Second.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Mr. Girth?
Yes.
Mrs. Lawson?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Last but not least, we have our 2025 Reclamite Asphalt Rejuvenator. As you guys are aware, our current road maintenance plan requires us to utilize an application of Reclamite Asphalt Rejuvenator to help stretch the paving funds. This is the emulsion that keeps the pavement from hardening up, and it gives it a little bit more, a lot better wear. We gain about another 5 to 10 years of pavement life out of this. But I am recommending that we apply Reclamite Asphalt Rejuvenator on the select group of township streets for the 2025 program this year, which was 52 streets, if I'm not mistaken. And we have a proposal from Pavement Technology Incorporated in the amount of $160,208.84, with a 10% contingency of $16,020.88 for a grand total of $176,229.72 for this application. And that's before you tonight.
I got it. I move to accept a proposal from Pavement Technology, Inc. to apply Reclamite Asphalt Rejuvenator to the roads and on the attached list for an amount not to exceed $160,208.84 with a 10% contingency of $16,020.88 for a total of $176,229.72. The work will be performed according to the specifications and funded with 1994 TIF dollars.
Second.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Mr. Girth?
Yes.
Mrs. Lawson?
Yes.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Thanks, Eric.
Okay, last but certainly not least, our Township Administrator, Ms. Vicki Earhart.
Actually, we do not have anything further to present this evening.
Thank you. So this will wrap up our agenda items for today. Our next regular monthly board meeting, actually, there's a date change. It will be on Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025, 5 p.m., the public portion at 5:30. And I now move to adjourn this meeting.
Second.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Mr. Girth?
Yes.
Mrs. Lawson?
Yes.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks,
Thanks, everyone,
Good
for
evening.
coming.